and air.
Hey guys, I'm Sergio with Titan Heating and Air. Today I want to talk to you about the tools of the trade. So if you're thinking about becoming an HVAC technician, or if you currently are an HVAC technician, hopefully this video will demonstrate some of the tools of the trade. A little bit about my background. I've been in service for about 11 years now. So this bag that I put together over the years has definitely been great to help me in my success. So hopefully it can help you guys as well. Now we'll get into it here. This is the Vito Pro Pack. This is the Tech LC. This bag is a very, very durable bag. Highly recommend it for all your service work. I'm the type of guy who likes to go and do service. I don't like going back and forth to the van. As you guys know, time is money. So this bag definitely helps out with that. The only downside to it is it can get a little heavy as you're going up and down the attics, rooftops, things like that. But definitely has all the things I need in it. And yeah, so this bag is definitely durable. This is actually my second bag here, the Tech LC. I love this bag tremendously. The first one I actually had for about 7.5 years, and it was actually still in working condition. The only thing that failed was the zippers on it, on both sides. And that was probably my fault. You are supposed to lubricate them regularly, which I failed to do. As you guys know, when you're in the field, you're kind of just get in and get out, and the years pass and you don't really forget about it. But other than that, this is my second one. I love this bag. Vito actually gives you guys a 5-year warranty with this bag. So once you guys register it, you get 5-year warranty on it. Very durable, very strong. I love the hard plastic on the bottom. Great for when you're in an attic. You can slide the bag around. Definitely worth the investment. Highly recommend it. So we'll get into it now with some of the tools that I use. This is my bag. Like these are my tools. This is what I use on a day-to-day basis. I know a lot of guys. I see guys on here showing their bags, brand new tools. These are tools that are worn. They got grease on them and nicks and stuff like that. So this is actually my bag. So we'll get into it now. So first off, you always need a tape measure. This is a tape measure from Klein. Definitely want to get you a good tape measure, especially when you're doing installs. It's always good to have. Next is a drill. There are many drills out there. You guys just got to find the one that basically fits your needs. This one right here, this is by Milwaukee. Great drill, powerful. It's the M18, and also the Malco nut driver bit, reversible, magnetic. Does 1/4 and 5/16. If I can get it off here, well, the thing's pretty on there. Definitely a great thing to have, especially when you get pookie and stuff like that inside of it. You can pull it out, clean it, swap it right back. Definitely a cool, sleek design. Definitely a must-have. All right, guys, what you're gonna need when you're out in the service, definitely want to get yourself some really good tools. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money on your tools. This is what's gonna make you guys money. So, the better your tools are, the better quality, the longer they're gonna last you as well. Some of my tools, I've had them for a long time. As they wore out and stuff like that, I replace them from time to time. But, a lot of my tools, they've been with me from the beginning. So we'll get into it. Definitely want to have yourself a good pair of wire strippers. Definitely a must when you're doing service. Next is some needle nose pliers. Definitely want to get yourself some good needle nose pliers for taking off spade connectors on circuit boards, removing wires off capacitors. Get you something that's insulated, something that's strong. You want to have yourself a good set of these. Next is some channel locks. You want to get yourself a good pair of channel locks for doing gas installs, things like that. You want to have yourself a good grip, something that's got good teeth on it. So definitely want to have some of these. Up next is some tin snips. Tin snips, they're always good to have. I use these ones for plumber's tape when I'm mounting capacitors. If you're doing install work, you want to cut metal. Definitely good thing to have in the toolbox as well. Also a utility knife. You want to get yourself a good utility knife, something that stores a couple of blades inside of it for cutting plenums. And you guys know, being out in the field, those plenums that are really well pookied, hard to cut open, definitely want to get yourself a good utility knife. This right here has come in clutch a lot of times. Never know when you're going to drop something down a condenser, screws, tools, things like that. So this is a extended magnetic tip. There's a magnetic tip right here at the end. It's also got a flashlight as well. There it goes. Comes in clutch. Never know when you're going to need it. definitely recommend something like that. All right, guys, next you want to have, I don't know the official name of these, I call them stubbies, but these are small nut drivers, 1/4 and 5/16. Definitely want to get you guys some of these. Make sure that they're magnetic. To be honest with you, I don't even know why they make tools that are non-magnetic. I mean, it makes life so much easier. So definitely want to get you a pair of nubbies, 5/16 and 1/4 inch. All right, guys, and to go with those nubbies, these are the, here we go. These are the 6-inch nut drivers. Same thing, 1/4 and 5/16, magnetic as well. Definitely want to get you a pair of these as well. Next, we have a PVC pipe cutter. For doing installs, or if you're doing service repair, repairing a condensation line, definitely want to have these inside your bag. All right, guys. Also, I have a 3/8 nut driver here, good for blower motors. Very rarely you'll come across a 3/8, but definitely good to have, just so you don't have to go back to the van and get your your socket set or anything like that. Blower motors, sometimes condenser fan motors. The top grill part will have a 3/8. Definitely a good thing to have. Most important is, this is actually an 11-in-1 by Klein. This is a must-have, insulated. If you're doing any kind of electrical work, it's got screwdriver, Phillip, both sizes, small and large, and also does a nut driver as well, 1/4, 5/16. Does 3/8 as well, and does the electrical panel for breakers and panels and things like that. Has 2 sizes for those. Definitely another great tool to have in the toolbox. This right here is an angle bit, definitely used for hard to reach spots. I usually put this on the end of my drill here. And that way, hard to reach spots, you can get to it with your drill. Definitely comes in clutch when doing installs and stuff like that and hard service repair work. All right, guys, also you probably want to get yourself an extended mirror. They always come in clutch, especially when you're doing installs. There's a couple different kinds. There's rectangle ones, circle ones, square ones, a lot of different kinds. Get you something that's good, something that's durable. Definitely will need this when doing install work. Sometimes they have flashlights on them like this one, but definitely want to get yourself something like this. Good for checking leaks when you're putting on TXVs. Want to make sure the unit isn't leaking. Definitely a must-have. All right, also we got a couple of nut drivers. 1/4, 5/16. You can hook it up at the end of the drill. Makes life a little easier. Also another must-have. Sometimes I have a lot of the same tools as well, like doubles. Just because you never know when you're out in the field, tool breaks or something like that. It's always good to have a backup. All right, guys. Next, I have I think it's made by Husky. This is I use it as a door clamp. So this right here, I use it when I'm doing service work, troubleshooting. I use this to lock in the door switch. So I just adjust it to where I need it, tighten it down. That way I can troubleshoot. Makes it a lot better. I know a lot of guys use tape and things like that, but this is already in my bag. I don't have to go out into my van and grab a piece of tape. Definitely comes in clutch when doing service work. All right, guys, another must-have is a torpedo, also known as a level. Definitely want to make sure you have one of these. That way when you're putting in thermostats or disconnect box, you make sure your stuff is level. Next is a Crescent Wrench, another must-have in your tool bag. Always comes in clutch. I actually have a couple different sizes of them, for nitrogen tanks, gas valves, things like that. You'll always need a couple of Crescent Wrenches. Service valves as well. So I have this big one here, another medium here, and also have a little tiny one here. This thing, as small as it is, definitely comes in clutch. I've used it a couple times and it was like, man, how have I not had one of these things? I actually just got this not too long ago, but I struggled years before without it. Another thing is I like to carry a little brushes, especially when I'm doing maintenances, cleaning up the cabinets, the electrical components, dusting everything off. I always put black tape around it because it's metal right here, so that way it doesn't short anything out. Definitely something you guys want to keep in your bag as well. Electrical tester. Anytime you're doing service work, you want to make sure there's no power. You just simply turn the button on, make sure there's no power present before you start to work on anything. All right, guys, next is a flexible extended nut driver. Another good thing to have. I usually use this on my drill to get around tight corners. You can hook up your nut driver to the end of this. Hard to reach spots, tight spots. This thing comes in clutch. especially when you're doing service work. So also a good tool to have. All right, and this right here, I use this for locking caps. This is the key to it. I believe this is JB is the one who has these caps right here. There's different manufacturers use different ones, but I believe this key right here is for a JB locking cap. All right, guys, and lastly, this is a Deburr tool here, used for cleaning copper, especially if you're doing flares and things like that. Great tool to have. Definitely never know when you're going to need it. Great for when you're doing mini splits and things like that. If you want to clean the copper or installs, definitely clutch tool to have. All right, guys, so these right here are my basic hand tools that I use when I'm out in the service field. Everybody's different. Everyone has their own tools that they like to use, or maybe not as quite as much as this, or maybe even more as this. But these right here are the basic tools that I use. I can simply pretty much do any service repair work with these tools here. So drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys are using out there. Love to see what makes the job more easier for you guys. So leave a comment down below and let me know. All right, I have my meter. This is actually probably one of the best meters I've ever had, and I'm kind of sad that they no longer manufacture it anymore. This is the fill piece, the SC56, does inrush current. I love the slim design of it. I know now the meters are a little bit more wider. This thing's real perfect. It's slim, it's compact. Not as compact as the Mini, but definitely great. Feels good in the hand. Has the swivel head, the flashlight on top there. Just a really good meter. I've had it for about 6 or 7 years now. It's never let me down. Great meter. I love it. I'm just sad that they don't manufacture it anymore. Also keep another meter. This one's the the fill piece HS36. This is actually my first meter I got when I came out of trade school. A great meter. Again, I like to keep doubles of everything just in case something fails when I'm out in the field, you know, and the stores are closed and it's after hours or something like that. Always have backup. I always keep 2 meters. In my service truck, I have, you know, multiple tanks of oxyacetylene, nitrogen. I actually have 2 vacuum pumps. So I always like to be prepared. You never know when your stuff's gonna fail out in the field. So it's better to have 2 of everything. That way, no downtime, and you know, time is money. So I use this meter mostly when I'm checking my superheat and subcooling. So I have my fill piece clamp that goes with it. So this is pretty much what I only use this meter for. But again, if I needed to, if this meter went down, I can take the leads off of here, and I have the adjustable head for check the amp draw in my truck as well. So definitely a good thing to have, you know, 2 meters. All right, guys. Next is a dual port manometer. This is also by Fill Piece as well. Great tool to have for checking gas pressures when you're doing your maintenances, and also for checking static pressure. Static pressure is something that's pretty big now. It's been around for a long time. No one's just really ever paid attention to it. But yeah, static pressure is a cause of a lot of system failures. So you definitely want to make sure your static pressure is correct. Also your gas pressure as well. And these are the leads that go with that. These are your pitot tubes. Well, so if I can unwind all these. These are the tubes here that go inside the furnace, and it'll go in the direction of airflow. And then you'll hook this to your meter and you'll record the readings there. All right, guys, another thing up here on top, I keep a couple of my smaller fittings and stuff like that. I got a couple of Appion Schrader core removers. I keep 2 of those. I don't know why I have 2 up here, but I keep 2. You never know. Sometimes the O-rings go bad in these things. I know when you do buy them, they do come with a couple of different or a couple of extra O-rings, just in case if they fail out in the field, you can go ahead and replace the O-rings and get you right back. All right, guys, next I have up here, I keep a couple of, for mini splits, a couple of adapters. I have here a 45 and then a regular straight. Definitely another good thing to have if you're servicing mini splits or installing them. You're going to need these as well. All right, guys, next I have a Schrader Depressor. Another good thing to have in your tool bag, especially when you're doing isolation tests. This thing definitely comes in handy. And I also keep a couple of brass fittings for checking the gas pressure on a furnace. Definitely want to have a couple of these. All right, guys, another good thing to have in your tool bag is a pipe cutter. Definitely a good thing to have when you're doing service and install work. They come in a couple different sizes. This is just kind of a smaller size one. This one's made by Rigid. Really good tool to have. Don't forget on these things, if you use them for a while, don't forget to change the blade. They do sell blades for them. Or if you're lazy and you just want to go buy a brand new one, that's all right too. But they do sell the blades for them. Just make sure that your stuff's always running in tip-top shape. All right, guys, next I have some Allen wrenches. Allen wrenches are a good thing to have for checking gas pressure, also opening up service valves. Good thing to have. There's quite an assortment of them here. You never know what you're going to come across, so definitely a good thing to have. I like to keep some zip ties in my bag, you know, to clean up some wiring and things like that. That way I'm not going back and forth to the van. Again, time is money when you're out in the field, so definitely keep a couple of these in the bottom. Doesn't hurt anything. All right. On the side here, of course, I got my electrical tape and also my Teflon. Keep them right there on the loop. Pencil, of course. Titan Heating and Air. Important service wrench. Definitely need a service wrench. Actually, forgot the key as well. So here's keep my smaller bits and stuff like that. This is the service key, opening up service valves. Always need a good service wrench. All right, guys, I also keep a couple of bits up here. I got a Phillip bit that I use for my drill. And another a Malco, a 5/16 quarter nut driver. And then also, I believe this is 3/8. Yes, this is a 3/8 nut driver that I keep as well. And then, of course, a step-up bit or a Christmas tree bit. There's a couple of different names for them. Use this when I'm doing service or checking my static pressure. Always a good thing to have. I believe I have another like 5/16. Yep, another 5/16 bit. So yeah, I always have a, you know, as you can see, a bunch of doubles of everything, just in case things fail while you're out in the field. All right, so I also keep a Sharpie and also a thermostat screwdriver. Definitely come in handy when putting in thermostats. So that's pretty much it. So this is the Tech LC, very durable bag. Again, I've had this bag, this particular bag for about a year now. My other one I had for about 7.5 years. Great bag. There are a lot of great bags out there, so make sure you guys get the one that fits your guys' service needs. This one right here just happens to be my personal favorite. Again, these are the tools that I use out in the field. So let me know what tools you guys use. Again, this is what I use out in the field. This is my day-to-day stuff. All right, guys, some of the other things that I keep in my bag as well up here in the top pocket. It's actually got a really deep pocket. I keep extra, my alligator clips, extra leads, some wire in case I got to make jumpers. In here I keep, I think, an extra set of leads. Again, I like to have doubles of everything just in case. On the back side here, it's got two pockets here. This one I keep a lot of my spade connectors, wire nuts, assortment of screws and things like that in here, self tappers. And in here I have my resettable 3-amp fuse with some long leads that I made. Always need that, especially when you're doing service, trying to troubleshoot a 24-volt short. But yeah, this is the Tech LC. This is my personal bag. Again, you guys want to find a bag that suits your guys' service and install needs. I hope you guys found this video useful. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys are using out there in the field, what kind of bags and tools you guys are using. All right, guys, I hope you guys found this video useful. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media. Again, I'm Sergio with Titan Heating and Air. Thank you for watching.